Okay. Good morning. Had a little mishap on my last, I tried to start before, so wait a few minutes for you guys to jump on here, and then I will tell you what we're doing. You guys ready for Christmas? It's getting close. Good morning from Texas. Good morning, Jason. Clint Minicky, good morning. Hey, Jason. Good morning in upstate New York. So, I'll show you this little guy. And then come over here and find
You got some peoples?
Yep.
How many peoples you got?
Like 300.
300?
Yep.
Wow, you guys wake the fuck up and get back on the page. What's up?
Let's go, baby!
So, you guys know I don't ever do these. But we're in Dothan, Alabama. And you already showed them pictures of the place? We're driving through and we see this sign up. So, I walk into this place. You guys hear how I always talk about people not wanting to work. Hey, we got music in the background. There's a live video. They can't do nothing to it.
But
Okay.
let's step down a little bit.
So, you guys know how I always bitch about people not wanting to go back to work. And how everybody's got an attitude and all that. Walk into this place.
Okay, we're pretty good right here.
Walk into this place. He got a lot of staff. Everybody has a smile on their face. I'm not talking about just a fake smile. Every waitress, the hostess, everybody's smiling. Now, of course, they're smiling at a customer every time. Not like they're walking around like they're kind of grinning. But, I mean, they're genuinely happy. So he's standing over there, and I said, I asked one girl, I said, "You the manager?" The girl that started today. And she goes, "Oh, no, this is my first day."
right, with the yellow jacket on?
Yeah. She said, "But that's the owner." I said, "Tell him to come over here." So
let him tell us
hang
who he is
on.
and where we're at.
Huh? The what?
Let him tell us who he is and where
Oh,
we're
I am.
at and all that jazz.
So I called him over to the table. "Hey, whoa, production. Ease up, girl." So I called him over to the table and meet with him. Complimenting him on his staff. He said the food's better. I said, "That's bullshit. Food is better." Or as good. Let me say as good.
That's good.
But I just got through hearing his story. I want you guys to hear his story. Because his mom and daddy were rich and gave him everything. Right?
No. That's a lie.
Tell your story.
No, that's a lie.
Tell your story. It's impressive.
Brooklyn, New York. Left when we were 7 years old. My mom took us to Augusta, Georgia, which is pretty much home for me. And it's $200. Didn't have nothing. She says, "I can't raise you and my brother, in New York." So we got to Augusta, Georgia. There from that point on, it was just a competitive drive to say, "Hey, let's get out of this." We were raised in the projects, didn't really have anything. Basketball is what changed everything. Competitive sports, going through the adversity, the perseverance, and just really doing a knockout job in whatever we did. And then from that point on, I started with Golden Corral in 2008. Worked my way up.
You guys have all ate at Golden Corral.
Right.
That's not the story I just heard from one of your people.
What you heard?
They said you had the worst. You inherited
Right.
of 500 stores.
Yeah.
Number 500 on the list of shit.
That's correct.
I mean, that's
correct.
This is what one of his customers that's a Reaper fan. He didn't know nothing about Street Outlaws. He's heard about it but didn't know it, which is even better. Of 500 stores, you took the worst store.
Took the worst store.
And now it is what?
Number one. It was the worst store when we first took it over. It took me 9 months working every single day to turn around the following year and be number one in the company.
That's amazing.
Guys, if that ain't
Number
it,
one.
and that's for another company. Yeah. That's not for his business. He's the owner of this. He worked just as damn hard for somebody else.
And I still own the Golden Corral.
Oh, you bought the Golden Corral now?
That's correct.
So where are we now and what led you to this?
So what led me to this is my wife, we're going out of town. My wife has dysautonomia. And so we went to a dysautonomia convention in Nashville, Tennessee.
What is dysautonomia?
Dysautonomia.
Everybody's going to ask that question.
Well, with fibromyalgia, are you familiar with
Yep.
that? So very similar traits to that. And so we was at downtown Nashville, and we was walking, and we love to eat, right? But she was like, hey, baby, you need to get rid of Golden Corral and just go work for this company. They close at 3 o'clock. You can be home, right? Right? Most wives will tell their husband that, right? You need to be at home, right? So we looked it up, and it wasn't with this current company, right? It was with another company in the Panhandle that we worked with since 2018 to get this going, but it just didn't fall our way. And you know how we always say you got to be patient and humble and let God work his thing, right?
Yeah.
And here it is today. We went with another company in Texas. We're the first ones out of the state of Texas. There's only 19 locations, and we bought the whole rights to the Panhandle.
So you're going to spread out.
So we're spreading out.
So
fantastic.
how did the Toasted Yolk come from Golden Corral? What was the inspiration behind? Now let me tell you something. This man ought to be arrested and file charges on. Because you guys know how hard I've been trying to lose weight. So I try to leave a little something on my plate. Impossible to do here.
Right.
And those donuts, I mean, DEA ought to come down. Them are as addictive as crack.
Like
They are,
diabetes.
oh my goodness. So how did you go from Golden Corral to I'm going to open a Toasted Yolk? That's a little bit of a switch.
It's a little bit different. You know, when we get older, we wake up early, but we go to bed late, right? So the whole goal is, as a retirement
You know what
plan,
time I get up?
4 o'clock. What time
2
you get
to
up?
3 o'clock.
In the afternoon?
No, in the morning.
Ooh.
Every morning.
I get up at 4. So I need to work harder.
I fucking love this guy.
You need to tell me I need to work harder. I'll do it with you. Okay? But yeah, that was the ultimate goal, man. And I appreciate you. And
He don't believe in participation trophies. He repeat what you said when we were talking about the people that don't want to work.
Got to get up and work, man. You just got to get up and work, man.
And you guys know how I am. I have no respect or no use for anybody lazier than me. This man outworks me.
Yeah.
I'm impressed, dude.
Be phenomenal or be forgotten.
There you go.
So you never got nothing gave to you. You started
Nothing
from the
gave.
ground to get this.
No. And I still don't want a handout.
That's what I'm talking about. Brother, you're impressive. You're fucking impressive.
Appreciate it.
And you guys know you've been following me for years. You ain't never seen me be impressed with very many people. But this man's impressive by his staff, by the way he handles himself. This guy, hell, he makes it contagious on the whole smiling deal. How many people do you have working in there?
63.
63.
Yes, sir.
Well, tell you what. Here's what I do this thing that when I get a really good waitress and she smiles, because waitressing is a suck job. Do not think it's not. Especially when you get somebody who wants to be an asshole and treat them bad. But the ones that can keep a smile are pretty impressive. So his whole staff smile. It's $500. I don't know if you guys had your Christmas party, but split that amongst your staff. It don't come
really?
much to 63,
Right.
but that's an impressive staff.
Wow.
I have not seen one person not smile. Not one person.
Awesome.
I've
God
watched
bless you,
everybody in your place, and I like giving those $100 the $100. It don't matter if I'm eating by myself or Stacy and I are eating. If we find that special waitress that is smiling and happy to do her job, even though that's not the best job in the world, because at some point they got to deal with some asshole because the cook screwed up or it took too long or something, and they keep a smile on their face. That's the kind of people that impress me. Be proud of what you do. It don't matter what your job is. You do your job just like this man did. He worked for somebody else. He worked just as hard as he does for himself.
The little lady at the hotel the other morning, she took so much pride.
She took so much pride in the motel we were staying in.
Keeping her kitchen
in her kitchen,
clean.
keeping it clean, keeping everybody happy.
And she was
I walked
so-
up and handed her $20.
She was so sweet about it. I used the wrong utensil to get the sausage.
I know about that
And she
stuff.
came. She was like, honey, I have separate ones for that so the food doesn't get mixed up. I mean,
Right.
she was sweet about it, but
Very,
I
very
knew.
polite, very sweet. Make sure everybody was taken care of. And this is what was it? Hampton Inn.
Yeah,
Hampton Inn. What?
Yeah.
I mean, but she took pride in it like it was her kitchen. And I walked up and handed her $20. She goes, "Oh, you don't?" I said, "Oh, yeah, I do."
Yeah.
I
love
appreciate
it.
people
I
that
love
work
it. I love
because
it.
I've worked. Everybody thinks I'm rich. I'm gonna go out just like I came in this world.
That's
Fat,
right.
bald, screaming, and broke. I spend every time I'm at.
That's
That's why I
right.
got 50 damn cars. And I'm driving to Florida to get another one.
And he's a Harley rider. Let's go.
And that's what he's into is Harleys.
Yeah.
Man, I tell you what, I'm
Thank you
impressed
so
with your
much.
play. Hey, tell me what your name is. Say it just like you did with me.
Elary like celery.
Guys, Guys, if you're ever down here,
In Dothan,
you got to
Alabama.
come. Dothan, Alabama. You got to come by this place. Even if you just try these donuts, that they're probably going to outlaw for too much longer.
Yeah.
Some more.
Love it.
My diet is blowed after today. I honestly could not stop eating it.
Love
I was like, man.
You're going to go back and finish it, right?
Oh, I did.
Fantastic.
Oh, okay.
What you talking about? What you think? I like your place. I don't like it long enough for you not to eat. Guys, thanks. Watch this video. Share this video. Subscribe. But if you're ever down here, this man is worth meeting. He's a very impressive man. He has an impressive staff. He has a badass restaurant, some great food.
Yep. Come by the Toasted
The
Yolk.
Toasted Yolk, where it's
and let
never
El-
too early to get toasted.
That's right.
That's
Let
a fact.
Elary put celery in your Bloody Mary.
Yeah, baby.